Previously on Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Hunter's written all over that page, kid.
And if we do get the parchment, you really think you will be able to stop the prophecy?
My appreciation of magic is evolving quite a bit thanks to you. It'll be tricky, but I think it's possible.
Although Tony's notion of stopping the prophecy is doomed to failure because the only thing that can stop Chthon is Chthon.
Coming to book club tonight?
Meet you there.
After you. Looks like we're all here. Grab a seat and let's get started. The Art of War is one of my favorite books, if not my favorite. Can anyone guess why?
Because it's not just about fighting, it's about how to conduct yourself when in conflict with others?
Carol gets it. For quite a while, all my interactions with people involve some form of conflict.
Interesting.
This book laid things out for me. Helped me understand you don't always smash yourself against a problem face first. You must understand your enemy before you can hope to defeat them. Hunter, you get this more than most. You understood Lilith, which led you to discover her weakness. With that came her defeat.
That is what Nico and the others are trying to figure out.
That goth knight thing?
Emo kids, actually.
Whatever. Nico's magic nerd knight. My point here, until we know what game Lilith is playing, there's no way we can break the rules. That's the only way we win.
So the favorite book of a half-vampire was written by Master Sun.
I'm the Daywalker. Of course it is.
Carol, what stood out for you?
The chapter about flexibility in warfare. Yes, it presented distinct situations, but at its core, it promoted a philosophy of adaptability. This is a subtle but key difference from the Kree war manuals I know. Those manuals lay out how to overcome every possible contingency. Because Kree commanders always expect an answer, exceptions can flummox the ones who let the rules think for them.
Are Kree commanders really that predictable?
Unless you have your own version of the Kree's supreme intelligence, unlikely. But yeah, still possible. The Art of War encourages fluidity of thought. The variations presented in the chapter on flexibility are examples, not rote technique.
And that's how wars are lost.
So I've been dying to know, what is Captain America's favorite part of this book?
After this read, everything he had to say about deception and warfare.
Ooh, explain.
Wait, what used to be your favorite?
Discussions of leadership. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I've long since internalized all that worked for me and examined what didn't. But convincing your enemy that your greatest weakness is your most powerful strength.
Or the opposite, that your strength is a vulnerability?
Exactly. It struck me, especially regarding our conflict with Lilith. So, what's our greatest strength?
Lilith has no allies, just thralls. She is alone in this fight, but we are united.
Are we? The greatest scientific mind I've known, sorry Tony, just defected to her side. What's to stop any of us from doing the same? I don't have an answer to the question I asked, but I plan to do what the Art of War suggests. Learn her weakness. Adapt as the conflict evolves. Keep Lilith guessing. And above all, think.
And that'll do it.
Great. So what's our next book?
I told Carol she could pick the next one.
I decided on volume 32 of the Kavat Koth.
The what now?
It's a cross between a legal text, a spaceborne invasion defense manual, and one of those sagas that Thor seems to love.
Okay then.
I promise it's not a heavy read. I thought it would be a good companion to The Art of War.
See you all next time.
I didn't know what I was getting into when I signed up, but I'm glad we have book club.
It was good to see the conclusions we each drew from the book.
That's why I think we need to do this. A team that understands its disparate parts works better in concert. But don't quote me. Sun Tzu said it better.
I'm nervous about my book. I don't know how much of it will translate. Not the language, the ideas.
It is good to encounter new views. They help you better comprehend your own.
You really connected with the art of war, huh? I think you'll like my choice. Give it a shot. That's all I ask.
That went better than expected.
Captain Marvel seemed quite impressed with your selection.
No, she didn't. Did she? No, you're just messing with me.
The book she chose? It sounds like the Kree version of the book you chose.
You think so?
I know so.
Huh. That went way better than expected. That's all for now. You taking off or hanging out?
I should leave.
Righteous.
I wanted to talk to you about book club.
Oh, having a good time?
I'm having a great time. Always good to flex the old brain muscles. I need your advice, though.
What kind of advice?
It's about Blade. I get the feeling that all of book club is just his roundabout way of getting to be friends with me. I mean, I'm touched. He seems like a good guy, but shy. So how do I tell him I'm totally cool with being best pals without scaring him off? Got any thoughts?
If you want to be friends with Blade, just tell him.
You really think I should just lay it out there?
You guys fight hordes of bloodthirsty killers and not bat an eye. But you want to tell another human being that you enjoy their company and you forget how to speak.
Different skill sets, Hunter. But I'm always looking to improve, so thanks. I'm up to the challenge.
I wish I could be more helpful.
Please, you've been more than helpful just listening to me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go catch up with my reading. I'm a couple of chapters behind.
I can tell.
Watch it. No spoilers.
I'm glad you're fitting in. We've heard so many stories about you that we didn't really know what to expect.
What did you hear?
That you were a godlike hero walking the earth, single-handedly holding back the forces of evil.
I was more like a demigod. My only real flaw was mortality.
And to think, I worried it might go to your head. Speaking of which, I'm surprised you and Caretaker keep butting heads. She always spoke of you so fondly.
This is how it always used to be. If you were saying it was different, I was not around for it.
I guess everybody loves you when you're dead. Now that you aren't, the Midnight Suns have all dealt with Caretaker when she's prickly. If you ever need a vent, we get it.
Thanks, Nico.
Of course, what are friends for?
Come on over, Hunter. I'm slinging some hot, fresh, parchment-blasting tech here.
Is this it? Is this the thing that will destroy the parchment?
You better believe it. That's the Gamma Accelerator, plus a few tips taken from dear old Dad's notes, plus a few crucial adjustments, plus some revolutionary new tech created on the fly.
Are you sure it will work?
I'm sure you've got a million questions. Come to the war room and you can hear my full spiel. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.
Only reason to listen to Tony is to get directions to the rap party.
You believe the cause is lost?
Didn't say that. Did not say that either. I've seen the world end a few times, and I'm still here to talk about it.
That is not saying much. You have a healing factor.
We can't all be born as unlucky as me.
Lilith has marked us all. I am tempted to say our fate is in her hands.
Fate. The other F word.
Scoff if you would like. Lilith believes in destiny. The problem is, we believe in our own destinies too.
You sound like Steve.
My words are my own, not Captain America's or Lilith's.
Steve's a good thing. especially with what we gotta do. One thing we can agree on, hell ain't coming. Hell is already here.
I don't like to say that I do my best work under pressure, but I think this time, I even amazed myself.
This is impressive. You did this work incredibly fast.
Chug a few Stark drives and there's nothing you can't speed through. Hopefully the sugar crash doesn't hit me while we're destroying the page.
If you manage to stop the prophecy, I will be the first to sing your praises.
So you're promising karaoke. I'm gonna hold you to that, Hunter. This thing won't fail.
What about your father's research? Do you feel comfortable using it as the basis for this canon?
I'm only perfecting the stuff he started. It's like I took all the skeletons out of my family closet, dusted them off, and now they're going to do community service.
It is powered by skeletons.
Don't worry, figure of speech. No actual skeletons in there, just massive amounts of gamma radiation. Our friend Banner thought he was going to use it to get supercharged. But this thing's going to shut his team down, permanently.
I really hope you are right. Defeating Banner would be a nice bonus on top of destroying the parchment.
Well, more than anything, I want him back. Back on our side. Where he belongs. I don't think this thing can grant all my wishes, but it can't hurt.
So, what now?
Now comes the hard part. Explaining my plan to the team. Now, I know a lot of you aren't used to the scientific method. So, take a breath, let it all soak in. I can talk you through the really complex parts.
You want to shoot the indestructible page with a giant ray gun.
A giant gamma ray gun.
You can't just blow up the parchment of power with gamma energy. It isn't done.
He has a point.
Look, you and the Hocus Pocus crowd had your shot. Now, it's my turn. Mine and Howard's.
Your father's research.
Pops wasn't trying to weaponize gamma energy. He was trying to supercharge it into an almost unlimited power source. Should probably thank Bruce for helping me realize that. Problem is, gamma energy has a threshold. Push it too much and it goes boom. Big time.
Enter Los Diablos.
Birthplace of the Hulk.
And the last time somebody tried putting Pop's theories to the test, entire area is still saturated with that same modified energy. If I can channel it through my accelerator cannon, well, that gamma-fueled page of yours
will go boom. Big time?
Bingo. Huge time.
We're gonna need a tremendous amount of power.
And not just gamma. Yo, Lost Boys. And Lost Girls, saddle up. We need you.
Sabretooth's still out there. They ain't going nowhere without me.
The more the better. Somebody's got to clap when I thwart the apocalypse. Again. What's the word, kid?
Nothing. Nothing is definitely the word.
Oh, well, nothing's good. You don't have the Abbey masking you in that page right now. Just keep a safe distance a little longer until we're ready here. With even one blast, my gamma cannon will drain the ambient gamma energy from this entire valley. This is gonna have to be a one-shot deal.
Then don't miss.
Got that part covered.
This is by far the worst plan I've ever been part of. And I've done jobs with Deadpool.
Robbie cannot hide that page forever. If there is any chance of removing that burden from him. Speaking of...
Yo, Fast and the Flamius, what did I just tell you?
Stark! Power up that damn ray gun!
What?
Stark! Multiple targets closing on your position!
That ain't Robbie.
Activated gamma collectors now.
How long do you need?
How would I know? I just invented the damn things yesterday.
Then keep going. We will hold the line.
Stark. Too smart.
smart for your own good. Ignore the others and follow that page. It's time I return home.
You don't get it, Runt. There's magic pumping through these veins now.
You got that right.
Hold it!
Guys, I'm not sure how much longer we can keep this up.
Wait, don't wait on me. Get another deal, oh please. What did Lilith offer you? Better gas mileage?
Not quite. Return. Tried to avoid this mess, you know.
What?
But y'all had to do things the hard way. You were right, kid. I am a coward. Been running from this moment my whole life. World's really gonna beat this thing, it'll need someone strong. Like you.
Wait! No!
3, 2, 1.
See you soon, Rox.
Sleeping Titan has awakened. The Herald of Cthon.
No, it's the freaking Hulk! I just gave him an upgrade.
Such power.
It is like fighting a god.
I'm taking him down before we can do it again. Just need to...
All these years, Tony. Letting you think you were my equal. I could have squashed you so easily.
You let us go. Not sure I want to know why.
The Hulk will deliver the page to Lilith, just as it was foretold. Just as she planned all along.
Alright. Because you're telling me she orchestrated all of this?
My mother always gets what she wants. With the Darkhold in her grasp, there is only one thing she is missing. Me.
Been saving this cigar. It's my Victor Creed's Gone special treat. Only thing is, magic took out Sabretooth. Now I don't feel like smoking it. Knew one day he'd cut off more than he could chew. I just thought Creed's reckoning was mine to deliver.
Magic is too young to have this on her shoulders.
I agree. Can't tell Magic what to do, though. Got too much of that Rasputin headstrong nature.
It is indeed dark times when the youth must make dark choices.
I'm worried about the kid. You change when you cancel someone's check. We can't afford another one on our side pulling a banner.
Battle offers us no easy choices, and none of us emerge unscathed.
Liliana's growing on me. I guess I gotta make sure she doesn't end up like me. Last thing I need is another Jubilee. She could come in handy against Hulk, though.
The Hulk situation worries us all.
I've survived a few dust-ups with the Green Rage monster. 2 reasons I walked away. Healing factor, and I got the feeling that Banner was holding the green guy back. I don't get that feeling anymore, do you?
Dr. Banner may prove an ally to us.
Your mom's play of turning puny Banner was smart. She controls Hulk's only weakness. The part that was on our side.
Enough, Tony. We tried and we failed. Time to admit we might not have all the answers on this one.
We needed to act, and that's exactly what I did. Yeah, okay, the plan didn't work out. I'll come up with another. If that doesn't work, I'll try again and again. Until I win.
You win?
You know what I meant.
I know exactly what you meant. Listen to someone other than yourself for once. Stand down, Tony.
Not while I can still fix this.
Stand down now, before we all go down with you.
What do you say, boss? Is Rogers right? Should the star player get benched after one mistake? Or maybe you're smart, and you know I can get us across the finish line.
I have faith in you, Tony. One failed plan will not change that.
The great Hunter has spoken. I knew you'd have my back.
Hunter, are you any good at writing eulogies? I mean, it's not like Robbie's gonna let you write a eulogy for Blaze. Seems like this is something he's got to work out on his own. But a little backup never hurts.
And what are you doing?
Me? I'm here to support Robbie. He watched his personal hero sacrifice himself. He shouldn't have to grieve alone.
I am concerned about Robbie, too. Blaze's betrayal and his sacrifice, it could be overwhelming to him.
The guy's been through a lot. That's why I want to help him get closure. I'm sure he'll be fine after that.
Closure? What is that?
Yeah, you know, closure? Like, after you have a breakup and you insist on making your ex go out for coffee so you can tell them how they made you feel.
Do you think that is effective?
I've watched hundreds of hours of daytime TV talk shows that say yes. So, as soon as Robbie works this out, we'll be good to go.
My silence is my support, Robbie.
Thanks, Blade. Well, Johnny Blaze was a complicated guy. And now that he's gone, well, things are still complicated. But he's not here anymore to complicate them further. So, there's that. He did save your life. Well, after he betrayed you. His motorcycle was cool. Thanks, Peter. I can't get Blaze out of my head. I don't mean possession or anything, just everything that happened.
Tell me what you were thinking.
On the one hand, he was my personal hero. On the other hand, he tried to destroy you. On the other hand, he sacrificed himself to save me. How do I honor him and still be truthful? It's too many hands.
No matter what betrayals he visited upon us, he did the right thing in the end. You are standing here because he sacrificed himself.
Maybe so. I also remember Mephisto's sulfur stench, and Blaze's generally awful attitude. Can I really talk about the good and ignore the awful? I don't think so.
Whatever you decide to do it quickly. I am afraid we are running out of time.
You really helped clarify my thinking. Thank you. I'll figure something out by morning. Promise.
Our time to stop Chthon is running short. At this point, I'm willing to try just about anything. So, if you have any bright ideas...
We should not be sitting here waiting for Chthon to return to our world. We should take the fight to Chthon.
Everything we do here is to prevent Chthon from returning to our plane of existence. We don't go to him. That would be suicide.
I will fight him wherever I see him, no matter what those books tell you.
These books tell me Chthon has been a threat before civilization began, when all that walked the earth were the Elder Gods.
But what else? Surely there is some bit of knowledge we can use. What other things did you learn?
I could keep you up all night blathering on about this, so tell me specifically what you are curious about.
Who were these Elder Gods? Tell me about them.
Siblings brought into existence on this planet by the Demiurge, the source of all life. These beings were named Set, Gaia, Ashtur, and Chthon. They ruled the planet for many millennia, each of them pursuing their own interests, increasingly battling each other for supremacy until finally it became too much. New gods emerged to topple the old gods and remove their influence from our world.
Nothing lasts forever, even for gods. Was Chthon always this monstrous evil from the very beginning?
There was always something wrong with him, but his insatiable pursuit of chaos magic eventually corrupted him in ways he could never reverse. While Chthon's sibling Gaia sought to nurture life on his planet, Chthon sought to absorb it into himself, to remake all life in his own twisted image. It was because of that evil drive that Chthon was banished to another realm.
And there he waits, ready to return when the opportunity presents itself. Like now.
Like now.
If Chthon returns, what exactly will happen to this world?
The world and all life as you know it will cease to exist, but it will not vanish. It will be recast in Chthon's image. We will exist only as extensions of Chthon, and the world will only serve to keep him alive.
What a hellish existence. What about the Darkhold? Could it not provide us with secrets of Chthon?
The Darkhold is dangerous in its own way. With Chthon locked away in another dimension, this is how he has sought to influence events in our world. It is Chthon's own words laid down in print. We cannot trust it as a reliable aid in our battle. It would be like trying to defeat Ultron using his own memoir. Nothing good will come of it.
And the writing is probably awful anyway. The prophecy mentions the sleeping giant awakening. If that is Hulk, how important is he to Chthon's goals?
I'm not sure, other than his presence complicates our ability to stop Hydra and Lilith's efforts.
Something will have to be done about him, or Stark may lose his mind. I do not want to hinder you anymore. Keep reading. Surely there is something we can use.
I hope you're right. And I'll keep digging.
You should know this by now, Robbie. Meeting your heroes is always disappointing.
They were never my heroes.
Hey, don't be so hard on them. They're doing their best.
You don't get an A for effort in this hellscape.
I didn't.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick with sitting on the sidelines while the Avengers keep striking out.
So am I. It's time to take control.
This is our chance to show Caretaker and the others that we're not a bunch of superhero school dropouts. We're the Midnight Suns, and we're the real deal.
Count this Daywalker in, Blood Witch.
Count this mutant, ex-despot of Limbo in as well.
Well, if you guys are in, so is Sparky.
Good. First, we need to hammer out the deeds. We'll meet later. Till then, mum's the word. Okay? Guess you overheard our conversation.
It was difficult not to.
Let's face it, this doomsday scenario might be a little too on the gothy supernatural side for the Avengers. So, it's time for them to move over and let the kids take the reins.
The Avengers are clearly out of their depth.
Damn straight. Now it's our turn to screw it up.
You do not sound too confident.
I just don't want to jinx it.
So, do you have a plan?
You mean a plan to stop Chthon from serving us all up in his all-you-can-eat cosmic flesh buffet? We don't have all the deets nailed down as of yet, but We'll work it out. Till then, keep this under wraps until we know what we're doing. I don't want to freak out the Avengers any more than they already are.
Will do.
Cool. Catch up later.
In the next episode.
Actually, how about you let us handle things?
Yes. Midnight Suns assemble or whatever.
What's wrong?
Everything. Before I forget, I asked Logan to join us next time.
He said yes?
He can read?